Sri Lanka's most powerful news brand.
The reports of the Presidential Commissions of Inquiry into the bond issue and large-scale fraud and corruption will be debated on the 6th of February. Deputy Secretary of Parliament Neeli Davila said that the Prime Minister has sent a letter to the Speaker with regard to convening Parliament on that day.
The Prime Minister earlier made a request for the debate to take place on the 8th of February. However, there was a risk of postponing the elections as the debate would then take place during the period of silence ahead of the local government polls. During that period, election propaganda cannot take place. The chairman of the National Elections Commission was summoned to the party leaders' meeting today to resolve the matter. However, this meeting concluded without any permanent decision being taken. The Prime Minister wanted to convene Parliament on the 8th. But the Elections Commission said if that is so, it will be an injustice to the political parties that do not have parliamentary representations. Yet, we in the opposition continue to make requests for both reports to be debated before the 8th. The government continues to reject it. Leader of the House, Lakshman Kiriyalla, said it was impossible. Why are they afraid of debating both these reports? There is nothing to fear. The people want to know the contents of the reports. What is important about this is not the parliamentary debate. The parliamentary debate is where MPs are given an opportunity to express their views. What is important is for the implementation of the law. As the media, do not market unnecessary matters. It's a crime. Do not mislead the people of this country. More than the debate, what is important is for the implementation of the law. When there is a debate, there is a blame game. Then truth and lies will be mentioned. Some will be protected, but we want the law to be implemented. The media is engaged in reporting the facts. Honourable Minister, with regard to the bond issue, who in fact has been misleading everyone? Is it the media or is it the party that must implement the law? For example, the report of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry says the evidence establishes Arjuna Mahendran had not been instructed or directed by the Prime Minister to act unilaterally and immediately suspend or stop direct placements. However, in his statement to Parliament on the 17th of March 2015, the Prime Minister himself said it was he who instructed the change in the system. Therefore, who is actually misleading the people? Who is concealing the truth? Starting tomorrow, we will make the revelation on the people's voice against corruption. News First, Zulfiq Farzan and Chaturanga Hapwarachi, together with Farah Shaukat Ali, are prepared to make a special statement.
Thieves, fraudsters and conmen cannot be allowed to loot the public anymore. In the past, when political leaders committed theft, we are well aware how the law was implemented against them. The situation was such that they could roam scot-free without any law or action taken against those people. And this is why thieves gained more strength and more courage and committed even more greater crimes, because they can go scot-free. This is not an expose against a political party, an individual or any other group. This is an expose against the people who are looting public funds, the people who are stealing the money that belongs to you, the taxpayer, and every single citizen of this country we call Sri Lanka. Starting from today, we will continue to expose every malpractice regarding any matter. A Presidential Commission of Inquiry into the bond issue was appointed, and I was there for more than 100 days during every sitting. The people we speak to say that when some people were brought in for questioning, they were grilled to their breaking point, and that is how the evidence was recorded. However, the evidence of others were recorded by facilitating those individuals to answer in ease. The trust the people you have placed on this matter has been tarnished.
This mainly affects the people living in the rural areas, the farmers, the people involved in agriculture. This affects them severely. Then it moves on to the city. It affects the engineers, the doctors, the teachers. It affects everyone working in all spheres. Now, this is not just the money that belongs to them. This is the money that they save up for their future, the money that they save up for their children. This is the money that belongs to the taxpayer.
And starting today, we will reveal to the people step by step about everyone who has been stealing from the public, with cold neutrality, with absolute disregard for whoever and whatever station of life they may be in. If they've been involved in fraud and in corruption, we will expose them. And we issue them a challenge. If you're not a fraudster, if you're not corrupt, you've got nothing to worry about. You can challenge us, because we will stand by each and every word that we say. The people have been absolutely fed up, and they have stood up against corruption, against nepotism, against family bandism, and so on and so forth. They started on the 8th of January 2015, and the people want action, and action they will get, because we will be revealing each and every corrupt activity, every misdemeanor, every departure from process and established procedure. We will be exposing them. Politics in this country has taken over everything. And these so-called politicians and wannabe politicians, they've behaved in any way that they want to. Well, perhaps the party is over, because the people are absolutely fed up, and we will expose them. As I said earlier, with cold neutrality, no matter who they are. The people stood up to put a stop to these abuses of power and corruption. And with the voice against corruption, the people's voice against corruption, we will stand by you each and every step to expose these fraudsters for what they are.
The people's voice against corruption.